day 18. Listen, this is my favorite subject, hands down. This is it. I thrive talking about this. So it's day 18. Power. Let's talk about power. So you have power within, right? I wake up in the morning, I do my devotional, I feel strong, ready to meet the world. I pray, I write down my intentions, I meditate. That's power in. Power in when you connect with the fact that you're connected to the rest of the world and there's so much more beyond you. That power now leads to power two. So power two is the power to take action. Some of us have learned helplessness and we don't take action. These are the folks that don't vote. Power two is the power to vote, right? This is you saying, I got power. I got it in one little vote. I'm going to get up and go vote, right? So that's awesome. Power two, power two. And then there are a couple of other ones. One is called shared power. This is the linchpin of everything. If you don't know how to share power, you will never enter into this race work in a deep and meaningful way. And I know I'm zooming through all these things. It's for you to get a taste to know these things are powerful concepts and how do you get it, and how do you begin to now unravel this thing. So shared power, for instance, I wear two hats in my life. I do this work. I work with organizations doing this kind of consulting. And then I also work as the co-director for, an organization called Compassionate Atlanta. And we have a co-director leadership model. My co-leader, we split the executive director position. Sometimes we're both doing the same thing because it's both of our skills. Sometimes it's me doing something and she's doing something different. And then sometimes we butt heads a lot, right? Because it could be my way versus your way, but it's really not butting heads. It's iron sharpening iron. We have a relationship. We know that's going to happen. We look at generative conflict, like she wants to do something this way. I want to do it that way. Whose way do we go with? Well, we talk about it and we look to compromise and we look at the greater interest of everyone. And she tells me things that I haven't thought about. She's a Jewish gay woman. I'm a Christian straight woman. She's white, I'm black. But we bring all of those identities to our work, and it is truly a beautiful thing. It's the best job I've ever had in my life, and I won't quit it, even though I'm doing this job, this work for myself, because it is so enriching to my life. And I believe in doing things in community. That is sharing your power, sharing it with community. So that's an example of shared power. An aberration of power, which we often don't think about, is called power over. Brene Brown has done some work on this, and this is a beautiful thing for you to look at her work about this. Power over is you doing 80 miles per hour on the road, and the cop pulls you over and says, stop. They have the authority, right? The authority is invested in them to stop you and tell you, stop speeding, here's a ticket, right? However, if he decides to kill you in the process, a George Floyd, a Sandra Bland, whatever, if he decides to kill you in the process, the problem is that he has abused his power over and has moved into force. Power over is for processes. It is not to be exerted over people unless it's an emergency. Your little kid is going to the socket with a fork. You are going to exert power over that little kid, pick him up and yank him away, and it could look very forceful. But that's an emergency, right? That's to save the kid's life. And you have the authority as a parent or a caregiver or an adult to yank that child away. That is power that is invested in you so that you have power over that little person, okay? Now, I want you to understand that this shows up all day long in your dynamics. You go to the grocery store, someone helping you out is black, you're white, and you say, where's the da-da-da-da-da? Where's the meat department? Do you even know if that person works there? And what is it that you can't say please to that person? Why don't you observe first? Why don't you observe first what's going on before you choose to ask that person that, okay? Prentice Hemphill says, the kind of change we're after is cellular as well as institutional. It is personal and it is intimate. We are making love synonymous with justice. I want you to begin to look at your personal approach to power and how you change that within you, and how you begin to share power with your kid, with your spouse, with your siblings, with any and everybody that you know. It's critical to this work. Your action, own the word power. We women don't like to talk about power. Hi friends, day 18. Listen, this is my favorite subject, hands down. This is it. I thrive talking about this. So it's day 18. Power. Let's talk about power. So you have power within, right? I wake up in the morning, I do my devotional, I feel strong, ready to meet the world. I pray, I write down my intentions, I meditate. That's power in. Power in when you connect with the fact